What's up, everybody? Today we're gonna be reading comments. I'm able to get a lot of funny and cool comments, based on my Star Trek Studio, um, page. And for those of you who don't know, I run the channel. Um, there's been a lot of speculation about it being run by the CBS actual people, or if it's run by whatever. Anyway, we're gonna be reading about we're gonna be reading some of the new comments that have been left. Because I haven't really caught up to them, and I really don't answer a lot of the comments. Just because I don't have time. I mean, this is from 22 hours ago. We've got all these comments. So let's take a comment. Something seems to be amiss here. This is from the what do you call it episode? The Mud's Women. One of the worst ever episodes of the originals. I'm pretty sure you say worst, but that's fine. Fascinating humans. Thank you, Mr. Spock. I would say that this is pretty crazy, right? That I run this channel. I got the name and I was like, I know exactly what I mean, I got the ability to customize a channel name, and I was like, I know exactly what I want this channel to be. Um, and I wanted it to be about Star Trek the original series. So anyway, um let's see. Does she think Captain Kirk gets lonely or something sometimes? I'm sure many will disagree, but maybe some will get what mean. It seems like young women from that time looked like young looking old ladies. Hi. Um anyway, we're gonna hook on to some episode I mean some comments. Her smile is mesmerizing. That woman in green is va va boom gorgeous. Alright, what else? What else we got? Spock's like, nah, dude, your phony smile isn't working on me. About mud. Why is the screen blurred on female screenshots? Because it's not my doing. It's actually the original series of Star Trek. They were like, "Oh, you know what? We're not gonna actually show uh the actual women faces because we are shy of how they will look." Like in old movies when they like blur out women's faces, it's usually because they are afraid that people would be like, oh, she looks old, and that's it. All right, let's go in for some more comments. uh the actors do all look like adults, unambiguously, unlike now. You know what? That's very true. I do not like the new Spock. I do not like the new Kirk. I do not like the new Picard. I don't understand the crossover of Star Trek into new worlds or whatever it's called. I do think that like the original series was meant to be what the original series was, and there's no good reason for changing it or for ever doing anything like, whatever, like, do some things so that people learn about what the original series was, but you don't have to, go ahead and ruin it, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Romulans could have developed personal cloaks and deflectors. It may explain Romulan attire on their starships. I think this is a really in-depth joke that I can't seem to pin down. You always knew Ensign Redshirt was getting capped when they beamed down. LOL face. Who didn't? Alright, let's see. Another great ending where there'll be no trouble at all. This one's actually one of the biggest controversies in my comments, is by being like, hey man, the Tribble episode was not funny because the Klingons definitely eliminated all of them. And I say eliminated because I'm being nice right now. I'm not a fan of the prequels, especially if they're made decades later. I know it. I know it. I know it. They should be doing reruns of this. or at least like exact representations of what this show meant and was. Lieutenant Commander Scott, this is all in caps. The pulse of the Enterprise. Know that ship like coffee and toast. Know that ship like coffee and toast. Let's see. Why is okay, this one's a good one. Why is Dr. McCoy constantly everywhere but sick bay? I mean, he is the doctor, right? Not the captain, not the science officer, not the engineer, but he is either on the bridge, in engineering, in the transporter room, dot dot dot, everywhere but sick bay. And that is so funny to me. This has got to be one of the best comments that I've gotten in general. All right. And the response was, "A bones a day keeps the other docs away. He's the real McCoy." The real McCoy. I don't understand all these jokes that have to do with the real McCoy. I think it's something. I don't know. I unfortunately think I'm a little too young for that. Um, totally un PC. Okay, yeah, I know it. Like whatever. It's not like woke, quote unquote. So many people have said in these comments. Alright. There seems to be something funny going on. Both Uhura and Jim are smiling behind Spock's back at the beginning of the scene. She's smiling right before she took a sip too. Just the most beautiful woman, both inner and outer space. I truly agree. Amazing show. Oh, I did respond to this one. Yes, it was. I try to respond to these comments, but I don't really have like the time to because there's so many of them. But let's keep going. Haha, just watched this episode yesterday. Going through the series again. Nothing else to watch that doesn't have two men hugging or playing tonsil hockey. You know what we got though? We got this tool right here. You press these three buttons and look what comes up. Remove, report, hide user from channel. So we're going to go ahead and hit that hide user from channel and that guy's gone, you know? See, look, hide user from ever commenting again. Hide. All right, so they can see their own comments and whatever, but like, I don't need all that. Tonsils. It was the 60s. Shimmering colors were the norm. I would say so. I should say so. Harcourt Felton Mud, have you been drinking again? Possibly. I'm Kirk. I'm Spock. I'm Scotty. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Mud. Saturday morning cartoon reference. Let me know in the comments or in the likes or in the subscriptions or the follows or in the community posts what that entails because I don't understand the Saturday morning cartoon reference. I'm going to like it though and I'm going to respond, "Wish I knew what you were onto." Let's check it out. Bam, responded. And unfortunately, it doesn't let me at the people, so I never know, like if, whatever. Anyway, if you've made a comment and you want me to respond to one, um, there was a Star Trek cartoon in the 70s, I think. Yes. And there's also, you know what? I really wouldn't mind them making more Star Trek cartoons. Um, seems like it would be like a nice idea, just like chilling, like watching some kind of like Kirk and Spock animated series. I think they must have one out right now, but I don't trust it. Not me. Reruns, reruns, reruns. Creating sequels. A story as old as time. Check the flux capacitor. I would say so. Oh no, we left our youth pills on the ship. Oops, they forgot. I love Bones' pinky ring. Godfather. Godfather. I love Bones' pinky ring. Godfather. Woo. All right, let's keep going. A life is like a garden. Perfect moments can be had, but not preserved except in memory. Live long and prosper. Leonard Nimoy, aka the mighty Spock. I would agree. Let's see. Forever my favorite series. Pretty good. Seem to remember McCoy as he's about to be beamed down in another episode, muttering darkly something about scattering a man's molecules all over space, which is true because in the short that I uploaded, it said he said never did trust this thing. He goes, never did trust this thing in the first place. Which is so funny because there's this little space between when the Mud's women get transported and the asteroid ship that was going on thing uh it blows up. So, you know, like what's up with that transporter room stuff? If anybody has a commentary on that, I will respond to it. If you make a comment right now and you ask me to search for it, I will respond. Or if you have made a comment and you know a keyword from that comment, I will look at it and respond right now. Each of those 7 actors are what made Star Trek. Yes. It's not just Shatner and Nimoy. They all contributed to the success, and without them would not be the same. True. There is a lot of punctuation missing sometimes from some of these. Spock was unhappy, unhappy, you know. Uh I would not say that Spock was unhappy with mud, but I would say he's curious, perhaps amused. Amused is with a Z. So, who knows? My favorite show. Damn, that's a beautiful woman. Typical Irish man. They don't call him Bones for nothing. Coffee is an essential part of the Starfleet life. Dang, I try to read these really fast right now, but I can't. I can't. Let's scrolls. Let's see what we land on. And the Klingons transported them into outer space. About the tribbles. Correct and true. This is why Starfleet need, but we don't know. But we don't know, right? So it's fine. We can joke about that episode. It was a funny end where there'll be no trouble at all. Whatever. We don't know what the Klingons did with them. Maybe they made friends. We don't know. The tribbles aren't in any of the sequels. If they are, please let me know in the comments. I was always partial to the black-haired lady. It's surprising how open and how open-hearted these people are in my comments. Um for the original series, it really does make me, like, so happy. I think something is up with that crew is the title of this short, and this guy said, "Yuppers, amigo." Let's translate that to English. Yuppers, friend, in case anybody didn't know what amigo meant. If you knew what amigo meant, like this live right now. I'm surprised Spock didn't check to see if there was even a colony to begin with. I'll take the one in blue. Okay, maybe the one in blue wouldn't have chosen you. I always hated the clunking mechanical sounds of the computer, but then again, I loved the sound of the transporter and the warp engines. There's a huge part of my traffic that comes from people looking up 24-hour sounds from the transporter room. This clip is a little too short. Where's Captain Kirk or Spock or Lieutenant Uhuru? Paragraph heart. This clip is a little too short. Let me just check. Let me just check how long this clip was for a second. This clip was 11 seconds. Okay, I'll hand it to that guy. The clip was short. Episode with many robot wives. Mud's women were not robots, but okay. Harcourt Fenton Mud. Smoke show. Using the transporter to save production of cost of docking, using a shuttlecraft, or landing the ship was the solution, but it's the genius of how the transporter functions and all the problems that come with it that makes for excellent fiction. They created the idea of a transporter because it was the cheapest production option. Later, they have enough money to build a shuttle. Okay, I'm pretty sure that shuttle was like on a piece of paper and it was like not doing much, not going nowhere. Uh, are you wearing something radioactive or are you just happy to see me? Bones McCoy. I can't read. I never did trust this thing. Isn't it a little late in the game to not be trusting the trans? Yeah. Um, F yeah.